Hillary Clinton arguably making another gaffe, putting her money where her mouth is. She drew criticism earlier this month for saying her family was dead broke after she and her husband left office. And now, in an interview with the British paper The Guardian, she says, quote, "They don't see me as part of the problem because we pay ordinary income tax, unlike a lot of people who are truly well off, not to name names. And we've done it through dint of hard work." Well, joining us now, Pavlich, the news editor for Townhall.com and a Fox News contributor, and Marianne Marsh, former senior advisor to Senator John Kerry. Thank you both for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So since Bill Clinton left the White House in 2001, the Clintons have earned more than $100 million from book deals and paid speeches. Marianne, does that qualify as truly well off?
I think the reality here is this is a book tour that's being treated like a presidential campaign, especially by Republicans who have no candidate of their own. And the fact is, every time Hillary Clinton's run for office, she's not a candidate right now. She's not running for anything. She hasn't been on the campaign trail in 6 years, but when she has, she's always been supported by working class, middle class voters, because that's how she came up, through hard work, playing by the rules like everybody else. So they understand that about her because she spent her whole career in Arkansas, the White House, the State Department, and the United States Senate fighting for them. They understand what she's talking about.
Katie, some people say that what she said could be taken several different ways. The context here is that she was asked if she's a credible champion for income equality given her wealth. And she responded with this answer that they don't see me as part of the problem because we pay ordinary taxes. But the question wasn't about taxes. What do you make of her answer?
I think this is what happens when politicians, and yes, Hillary Clinton is a politician despite the fact that she's not running for anything currently. This is what happens when politicians try to be something that they are not. And the fact is that Hillary Clinton has been living a life of luxury for 40 years. And she wants to be a champion of the middle class. And it's not that she can't be, it's that she's a hypocrite while doing it. So she should just own it and say, look, I've earned a lot of money in my life. I would hope that the middle class and everyone in it could do the same. But instead, she, out in public statements, bashes the rich and acts like it's a problem to be rich while she herself lives this life of luxury. She can't have it both ways. And her message really needs to be, if she wants to connect to that middle class, she's going to have to say, look, I have a lot of money, it's a great life to live, and I want to support policies that allow the middle class to live just as well as I do.
But Marianne, the critics say that she doesn't even regard herself as wealthy. In fact, The Guardian says that she let out a burst of laughter, in their words, when the reporter referred to her as wealthy. She gets $200,000 per speech. She got an $8 million advance on her first book, Living History. We don't know the exact advance on her current book, but is it appropriate for her to laugh at this absurd notion that she's wealthy?
Well, I think here's the difference, Patty Ann. The reality here is, if Hillary Clinton mentioned Mitt Romney, who has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, much of it parked in offshore accounts, she would be considered a candidate. If she had mentioned Jeb Bush, who, from a very privileged family, who when he left office said, I got to go make money, and did it with a bunch of dubious companies, she would look like a candidate. So that's what she was clearly, the point she was making here is, look at Mitt Romney, who talks about the 47% and parks his money in offshore accounts. Look at Jeb Bush, who went and did business with some dubious companies. I, on the other hand, am out giving speeches, writing books. I'm actually working hard to do this in the way that I want to do that. And that's the difference here, is I think you will hear Hillary Clinton going forward talking more and more about her record and all the things she's done for fighting for middle class and working class families from here on out. But the reality is she didn't name check Romney and Bush.
Marianne, Bloomberg News reported last week that the Clintons, quote, use financial planning strategies befitting the top 1% of households to shield their wealth from taxes. So this thing that she's not the same as Mitt Romney because she doesn't try to hide her wealth from taxes. Katie, is that valid?
It's an absurd notion. And first of all, if we want to compare Mitt Romney to Hillary Clinton, Mitt Romney was actually creating jobs for middle-class workers. Hillary Clinton has not. The only thing that she's done in the past 40 years for the private sector and the middle class is asking people to wait on Hillary Clinton, not creating jobs for the middle class so they can move up. Second of all, let's do another reality check on the numbers here. When the Clintons left the White House in 2001, they had an income of $12 million. The average median income in the United States of America is $51,000 per household. So for Hillary Clinton to, act like she's not part of the wealthy class, she is. And what I'm hearing from you, Marianne, is that it's evil for Republicans to be rich, but it's okay for people like Hillary Clinton to be rich because she did it through writing books and through charging $200,000 per speech.
All right. Unfortunately,
Here's the difference, Katie.
we're going to have to leave it there.
Last point. Okay.
Go ahead.
Right.
You can take a couple of seconds. Go ahead.
Well, look, the American people had the chance to vote on Mitt Romney in the last presidential election, and they saw that the way he created jobs was getting rid of companies and people getting laid off their jobs. So they've already
and
had
they
a
also
referendum
voted
on
against
Mitt Romney.
Hillary Clinton in 2008 too, and they will again in 2016.
And they'll get another. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Marianne Marsh, Katie Pavlich, thank you both for joining us.
Thanks.